Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into something I think we all could use a little help with sometimes, becoming instantly likable.
Instantly likable.
Yeah, and you all sent in this great article, and it's got all these tips on, how to make a better first impression, connect with people more easily. I mean, let's be honest, who wouldn't want to be instantly likable, right? Like, maybe then I can finally get those front row concert tickets.
Right.
But really, so many people struggle with this. They feel like they just don't quite click with others, or they don't make that great first impression. So what do you think? Where do we even begin with this whole likability thing?
It's funny because I think a lot of people think likability is like this magical quality that some people just like have and some people don't. But the article makes this point, like, it's really not about that. It's actually a skill set. And it's something that you can develop and you can work on. And it really all starts with your mindset.
Ooh, the mindset.
Yeah, like how you view yourself.
I like that. So, I mean, because the article talks about this, right? Like ditching that whole I'm not likable script that so many of us, I feel like, we get stuck in that negative self-talk loop. And it's like, how do we even break out of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all been there where you're like, I'm so awkward, or I'm just not good with people.
Totally. All the time.
And the thing is, and the article talks about this, there's research that actually shows that the way we perceive ourselves actually directly influences how other people perceive us.
Oh, wow. That's so interesting.
Yeah, because think about it. If you walk into a room and you are already convinced you're not likable, chances are you're going to kind of unconsciously act in ways that confirm that belief.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You might avoid eye contact, or you might, slouch, or just not be as present in the conversation.
Right. You're not putting yourself out there.
Exactly. And you come across as unapproachable even if you're a genuinely awesome person,
Yeah.
So it really does start with that inner belief system.
So then what's the trick? How do we break out of that? Like what's the advice here?
Well, the article actually has this really neat little reframing technique.
Okay.
They say, so instead of thinking I'm not likable, try thinking I'm probably more likable than I think. And it sounds so simple, but just that little shift in perspective can make a huge difference.
It's like giving yourself permission to be likable.
Exactly.
Right. You're not putting that block up.
Yeah. And when you approach interactions with more confidence and more openness, you automatically become more approachable and ultimately more likable.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And it's like, I'm just thinking of, when you think about people who come across as really likable, like, like say Michelle Obama. Mm-hmm. She just has this warmth about her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she seems very genuine.
Very genuine. And it's not like she's trying too hard to be likable. It's like she genuinely just enjoys connecting with people. And I think that's what really...
And that kind of leads into the next point that the article makes, which is be the initiator. You don't have to wait for others to come up to you.
Ooh, be the initiator.
Yeah, like go ahead and say hello first.
Okay.
Because that shows confidence.
I like that.
It shows approachability, and people really respond to that.
It's funny you say that because I used to be so terrified of initiating conversations.
Oh, really?
I was so shy.
Yeah.
And I would wait for other people to come up to me. And then I read somewhere that actually, most people appreciate it when someone else kind of breaks the ice.
That's so true.
And so I started doing that, just small stuff like saying hi or how's your day going to, whoever, the barista or, just random people.
Right.
And you know what? It made a huge difference because suddenly I was having all these like little positive interactions that I wouldn't have had before.
Yeah, and I think it takes the pressure off of the other person too,
Absolutely.
Because everyone's a little bit like nervous to initiate,
Yeah.
So if you can just be the one to kind of like break the ice and
take the lead.
Make that first move, it makes everyone feel more comfortable.
I like that. Be the initiator. Okay, so we're putting ourselves out there, we're being confident, we're starting conversations.
Yeah.
What about warmth? Because the article talks a lot about warmth, this idea of making people feel seen and heard.
Yes.
But what does that actually look like, in practice? Like, how do we actually convey warmth?
Yeah, it's a great question because warmth is, I think, sometimes misunderstood.
Okay.
It's not about being like overly effusive or, like fake enthusiastic or anything.
Like super touchy-feely.
Yeah. It's really about communicating genuine interest and presence.
Okay, genuine interest and presence.
Yeah, so think about things like, making eye contact when someone's speaking to you. Offering a genuine smile, not a fake plastered on smile, but like, a real smile.
Okay, real smile.
Really listening when they're talking.
Oh, that's so hard.
It is hard, but it's so important.
Right.
And, there are other little things you can do, like using someone's name in conversation.
Oh, yeah?
That makes people feel really seen and heard and valued.
So it's these little cues, these little signals that really convey that, hey, I'm present, I'm with you, I'm interested in what you have to say.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes people feel comfortable and ultimately like they can connect with you.
Exactly. It builds that rapport.
Okay, so we've got the mindset, we've got initiating conversations, we've got warmth. What about this idea of conversation being a two-way street?
Oh, yeah, that's a key one.
Yeah, because the article talks about this, right? Like, it's not just about being interested in other people. It's also about letting them get to know you.
Absolutely.
And there was this really good example in there about travel, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like connecting over travel stories.
Yes. So instead of just saying like, oh, I went there too,
Me too.
Try asking them, like, what was your biggest takeaway from that trip? Or what surprised you the most? Or
I like that.
What did you learn? Really dig a little deeper.
Yeah, dig deeper.
And then once they've shared, you can offer a similar experience of your own, but like focus on the emotions involved, So instead of just listing off all the places you went, talk about how you felt, what you learned, what really resonated with you.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Because that creates a much deeper connection than just kind of like,
Yeah, just the facts.
Surface level, oh, we've both been to Italy, you know?
Right.
It's like, what did you actually experience there?
That's so good. Okay, so we're being mindful of, not just asking questions, but also sharing a little bit about ourselves.
Yeah, it's finding that balance.
Yeah, finding that balance. Okay, now this is one that I know I personally need to work on.
Okay.
Playfulness.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
The article talked about playfulness, and honestly, it's something that I struggle with sometimes because I tend to take things very seriously, and I can see how that can make me seem a little less approachable,
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us, especially in certain environments or work settings or whatever, we kind of get in this like serious mode. But the article makes this really good point that playfulness actually puts people at ease. It makes interactions more enjoyable.
Yeah, lightens the mood.
It does. And there's actually a lot of research on the power of humor and laughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it reduces social barriers, releases endorphins.
Makes you feel good. Yeah.
It makes you feel good. It helps you connect with people.
I mean, we all live to laugh, right?
Exactly. And it doesn't mean you have to be like a stand-up comedian or anything.
Right, yeah.
It's just about bringing like a sense of lightness and fun to your interactions.
Like, don't be afraid to be a little silly.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe you share a funny observation about something you saw, or you gently tease someone in a good-natured way, or just little things to kind of
lighten the mood.
Lighten the mood, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so to recap, because we've covered a lot here.
Yeah, we have.
It sounds like we've got kind of a 5-step recipe for instant likability. We've got, first of all, the mindset makeover.
Yeah, believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself, yeah. I am likable.
I am likable, yeah.
Then we've got taking the initiative.
Be the one to say hi.
Be the initiator, exactly.
Yeah.
We've got radiating warmth.
Genuine smiles, eye contact, all that good stuff.
Yes, making people feel seen and heard. We've got balancing those conversations.
Asking questions, but also sharing about yourself.
Sharing about yourself, exactly. And then last but not least, injecting a little playfulness into those interactions.
Yes, have some fun.
Don't be afraid to be a little silly, a little...
Exactly.
Don't take yourself too seriously.
That's right.
Awesome. So any final thoughts, any parting words of wisdom for our listeners?
I think the biggest takeaway here is that you don't have to like overhaul your entire personality overnight.
Right.
These are all small, actionable things that you can start doing today.
Yeah.
So like if I were to give you a challenge, it would be...
Okay, I like a challenge.
Pick one of these tips.
Okay.
Just one.
Okay.
And make a conscious effort to implement it today.
Right.
Like maybe you decide, okay, I'm going to smile at every person I make eye contact with today.
I like that. Okay.
Or I'm going to initiate a conversation with one new person and just observe, like, how does that change your interactions?
Yeah.
I think you'll be really pleasantly surprised by how much of a difference these small changes can make.
I love that. Okay, so we don't have to be perfect. We just have to be intentional.
Exactly.
Yeah, about these little things.
Yes.
I like that. Well, I am feeling very inspired and ready to go out there and just, radiate likability.
Radiate it.
Radiate it, exactly. So thank you so much for breaking this down for us.
My pleasure.
And to all of our listeners out there, go forth and be your most likable selves.
Yes.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.